Welcome to the Happy Black Woman Podcast, the show for Black women entrepreneurs who want it all. I'm your host, Rosetta Thurman, and if you're ready to stop settling and start creating the life and business you really want, you're definitely in the right place. Now let's get into the show. Hello and welcome back to the Happy Black Woman Podcast. I'm your host, Rosetta Thurman, and today we're talking about something that could literally shift the way you close out this year in your business, and that is your visibility. So first I want to read you the Facebook post that inspired this episode. I wrote a few days ago. I don't know who this is for, but if you want to make more money in your business before the end of the year, you're going to have to start showing up way more so you become top of mind for your ideal clients. You're going to have to start creating more than you consume. You're going to have to be willing to look cringe or weird or whatever the kids are saying these days. You're going to have to stop caring so much about what other people think that you let it stop you from posting your content, because that's the exact content your potential clients need to see before they decide to work with you. All I can say is you better wrap that perfectionism up before Q4 gets here. You can either be perfect or profitable, but you can't be both. So that was my Facebook post that I wrote, and I got a lot of amens. I needed that. So I thought I would go a little deeper on that flow in this podcast because Q4 is right around the corner. If you're listening to this when I'm recording it, which is August 2025. And if you want to make more money, get more clients, have more profit, by the end of the year, by December 31st, you really can't wait until October to get ready. I know people, it's still summertime. It feels like the end of the year is so far away, but really it is right around the corner, which means that you have to start now because the clients who will be hiring you in Q4, that, final quarter of the year, are watching you right now in Q3. So what are you showing them? All right. So I want to give you 5 mindset shifts to increase your visibility before Q4, right? You can, really tap into these shifts any time of the year. But what I found is that people tend to slow down a lot in the summer. They stop showing up, they stop being visible, they start feeling maybe a little pessimistic about the year, especially with everything going on with the economy and with entrepreneurship in the US and really around the world. You really have to be committed to being successful in business so you can create the life that you want in order to take the right actions that are going to get you the results that you want. So here are the mindset shifts. And I'm focusing on the mindset shifts because everything starts in your mind. Great marketing is everywhere, right? You can get ideas, you can get tips, you can get, Chat GPT to write everything out for you, right? But if you don't have the right mindset going into it, it's really easy to get off track no matter how many resources you have at your disposal. So we got to change your mindset about some of these things. And so number 1, you have to start creating more than you consume. And it's so easy, I know, to get distracted when you pick up your phone or you log into your computer or your laptop. Immediate sidetrack. It's like squirrel, right? You get like, what's this person doing over here? Here's one of my favorite creators. Here's a video. Here's a YouTube. Like, as soon as you open these apps, you get bombarded with other people's content. And these days, the content is great. There's a lot of great content out there. There's a lot of educational things. It can feel like you're being productive when really you are just avoiding doing the work that you're supposed to be doing. The mindset shift here is that instead of being a consumer, it's more of an identity shift, really. Instead of being a consumer of content, you are more of a creator of content because people follow content creators online, people who are creating things that are useful, and your ideal clients are part of that group as well. They want to follow people who are creating great content. So if you want to get more clients, you want to shift from being a consumer to a creator, someone who creates great content, someone who is being watched by followers, right? So you want to go from being the watcher to the one who is watched, the one who people are looking for that new video, that new podcast, right? So you want to limit your scrolling and focus on producing valuable content for your ideal clients. It's just so easy to forget why we're on social media in the first place, or you get into your inbox and you're supposed to be sending out an email and you just end up reading other people's emails. It's so easy to do that. So we really have to be intentional and flip the script in your mind like, I'm getting sidetracked, or I just, watched 3 other people's, Instagram reels, but I haven't created my own, right? So here's a new rule you can set for yourself is before I consume, I create. Or I create before I consume, however you want to say it. So when you get on your computer, when you get on your phone, instead of scrolling first, you create first. You write your email first to send out. You write your social media posts to put on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram. You make your reel, you make your video, you do your live stream, and then maybe you can do a little consuming, but there's only so much time in the day, right? You've already spent a lot of time creating, and now you need to, get the content out there and let people know it's available. All right. So that's number 1, the first shift, and probably the most important because we have so much consuming going on that it keeps us from creating. All right. Number 2 mindset shift is you need to show up more consistently now than you ever have before. You need to show up more consistently than you ever have before. You cannot just rely on, making one social media post or doing one live stream once a week or sending out an email one time a month. Like, you have to be more consistent because these algorithms are not playing with us. Okay. You post something, it doesn't matter how big your audience is, and people just don't see it because there's so many people creating content. And I don't see that changing anytime soon, at least before Q4, right? And in Q4, you got more people promoting their, holiday sales and, lots of people sharing stuff. So you want to build this habit, and it starts in your mind that, hey, I am not bothering people when I'm showing up for them. I am not, posting too much. Like, all those negative beliefs that show up in your mind when you go to post, when you go to share something over and over again, just remember that everyone's not seeing your posts. Not everyone is seeing your post, rather. When you post, it's like less than 1% of your followers typically see it, right? So if you engage a lot, if you comment on other people's stuff a lot, a bigger percentage may see that, right? But the truth is, I have like 500,000 followers on my Facebook page for Happy Black Woman. And, we might get one comment or, a few likes. And I've seen that on, so many other big pages, like, pages that have, a few 100,000 people. When you see that, or on Instagram, you'll be like, man, how is it that this person has so many followers, but only a few comments or a few likes, or, not that many views, right? Story views, reels views. It's like, what is going on here, right? So one piece of content per week is not going to cut it anymore. You have to be consistently showing up for your ideal clients so you can be top of mind, so that whenever they open the app, whenever they open Facebook, they open Instagram, they open LinkedIn, you're more likely to show up in their feed, right? So you want to be everywhere your clients are, on social media, in their email inbox, doing live streams, recording podcasts, things like that, because it's not enough anymore to just show up once and expect everybody to see your content, because it just doesn't work like that anymore. I've been online since 2007, from blogging to Twitter to a podcast to doing live streams, and things have changed a lot. Just in terms of people's attention spans, about how many people are online, how much content is competing for people's attention. I mean, you see it. TikTok wasn't even out when I started. So you got to just understand the landscape and the context, which determines how we need to show up on these platforms. So show up consistently is not a suggestion anymore. It's a necessity if you want to continue to build a brand that your ideal clients, are going to be able to to see. So the next one, mindset shift number 3, is that you have to be willing to look cringe. You have to be willing to be a little embarrassed because you are showing up in a way that maybe you haven't recently or ever before. You have to be willing to kind of be like, oh, I look a little weird, or I didn't know I move my mouth like that when I speak on live stream, or my eyes were not looking at the camera exactly when I was doing my Instagram reel. There's going to be things that you feel are like, oh, this could be a little bit more polished. This is kind of, do I really want to put this out there, right? But one thing that I really love is listening to creators that have been around for a long time. And there's a creator that I used to follow a long time ago, and then she, started showing back in my algorithm, Franchesca Ramsey. I hope I'm saying her name right, but she has been on Facebook, on YouTube. She has a huge following, but she started out like everyone else. And so she mentioned in a recent podcast episode, I think, where she was saying that when people are just coming into creating content and trying to build a brand and trying to get clients online, it's not normal. It doesn't feel normal. It feels like, oh gosh, I'm comparing my content to what these other creators are doing, and they've been doing it for a very long time. And she's like, you have to be willing to like get over looking cringe and like getting over this like cringe mountain, I think she called it. And it resonated with me so much because so many of my clients, when they come to me, they have never really used social media for business. They've used it for friends and family, sharing pictures, maybe LinkedIn a little bit for work, but they have never like gone all in and been like putting their face on Facebook, ironically, posting selfies or making videos. And it all feels kind of like, am I really gonna put myself out there like that kind of thing? And it doesn't feel natural, right? But the truth is that it's not about trying to compare yourself or feeling like your audience is comparing you to creators that have been around longer, entrepreneurs that have been around longer. They're just happy that you're on there sharing something that can help them. If you put yourself into your ideal client's shoes and make it about them and not about you, looking cringe is not a thing. It doesn't matter how you look. I really don't listen back to my podcast episodes. I don't really watch my live streams back because it's not about me. It doesn't matter. I said what I said and I looked how I look, right? So if you get value from it, great. If you don't, there's lots of other people out there you can watch, right? But my idol clients, just like yours, they are going to watch you because they're connected to you somehow. There's something that they like about what you're saying or how you're saying it, and they're going to stick around because of that, not because your content is perfect and it looks like you've been doing it for longer than you have, because the truth is you haven't. And there's a lot that you're going to learn along the way. So be willing to look cringe. Number 4, stop worrying about what other people think. So this goes along with number 3, but on a larger scale, a lot of women do not post as often on social media, or they don't email out as often. They don't stay top of mind for their ideal clients because they are afraid of what people are going to say. What are your family members going to say? What are your friends going to say? Oh, she's always selling. She's always, online, trying to get people to buy stuff or get people to sign up for her class. She's always talking about her business. She's all about the money. Like, whatever you think people are going to say, let them say it, right? Like, it doesn't matter what they say. What matters is that you are doing what you need to do in your business. You are being obedient to the tasks that need to be completed for you to have a successful entrepreneurial journey. And listening to what other people say or what they think, unless they are doing exactly what you want to do and they have the results that you want to have, it really doesn't matter what they say. And the truth is, a lot of this is in our head anyways. It's like, are people really talking about you, or are you just worried about people talking about you negatively? The more that you fear being judged, the more it's going to keep you playing small. It's going to keep you from putting out your best content. It's going to keep you from showing up as authentically as you should and could be. And it really keeps you from making the kind of money you want to make, honestly. The only people that matter when it comes to you being visible and when it comes to your marketing are your ideal clients. If they like it, you love it. If other people don't like it, doesn't matter because they're not your ideal client or customer for your business. All right. Now, final one is choose profit over perfection. Going into Q4, you can't be so worried about what other people think that you spend hours and hours and hours trying to get everything perfect, because you can't be perfect and be profitable at the same time. It just does not work that way. Like I said in my Facebook post. And truthfully, perfectionism is just procrastination in disguise. It's just another form of procrastination. And you got to wrap that up before Q4 gets here, because nothing in your business is going to be perfect. Nothing in your life is going to be perfect. And if you are trying to avoid judgment and, keep putting things off because you don't want to be judged, you're going to have way less profit, way less clients, way less people coming to you. Not to mention, the longer it takes you to put out an email newsletter or a Facebook post or an Instagram reel, the longer it takes you, the longer it's going to take you to get the results you want. I mean, have you noticed what happens with your views when you wait too long to put out another piece of content? All the algorithms actually punish you if you wait 4 days to put out another piece of content. If you wait 3 weeks to put out another email, some people are going to forget about you and they mark you as spam. They unsubscribe because they're like, this lady never sends me anything, so I'm going to unsubscribe from her. I don't want to wait until the next time she puts something out, right? So those are the 5 mindset shifts you really need to make to increase your visibility before Q4. So let me just recap them for you and, take what helps you and, throw out the rest. So 1, create more than you consume. Become a creator instead of a consumer. Someone who is watched versus someone who watches. 2, you have to show up more consistently online than you have been. Definitely need to do that in order to be top of mind for your ideal clients. It is no longer a suggestion, it is mandatory. 3, be willing to look cringe or weird or whatever whatever word you want to use when you're showing up authentically. There's going to be times when you stumble over your words, you might have a hair out of place when you're doing a video, and it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're connecting with the people that you want to connect with so they can potentially hear about your business. 4, stop worrying about what other people think. It is none of your business what people think about you. The only people that we care about from an entrepreneurial perspective are your ideal clients. So stop letting that fear of judgment keep you from posting your content, because it's also keeping you from making money. 5, choose profit over perfection. It has to be more important to you to be successful in your business, because that's a ripple effect that's going to help your family. It's going to provide for your future. It's going to do so many things for you if you just stop trying to get it all perfect, get it all right, because there is no one right way to do things in business. It's just your way. And if your way works, that's what you need to do. So that is how you're going to start gearing yourself up to make the last 3 months of the year the best 3 months of the year for your business. Because the women who get visible now, they start showing up more now, those will be the ones who profit the most by December 31st. Now, if you want to work with me more on this, I have a totally free 3-day training coming up called the Social Media to Sales Masterclass. I'm so excited about this because I get to share with you what I have been seeing, what I've been learning from my business and from my clients as well. So inside the Social Media to Sales Masterclass, we're going to be covering the biggest mistakes that most entrepreneurs are making on social media right now and how to fix them, what's working right now, the most profitable social media platforms to be on, and how to use them. And of course, how to stop hiding and become way more visible on social media, because these are truly the mindset secrets that have helped me make millions online over the years. So we're going to go through all of that over 3 days, totally free. The link to sign up is in the show notes, so make sure you do that right now. And if you're ready for more personalized coaching support from me to help you stay consistent, visible, and profitable, I'd love to work with you on one of my coaching packages. The link to book a complimentary business breakthrough session is also in the show notes, so we can hop on a call to discuss how I can help you get the results you want. And until next time, remember, you can do anything you want with your life, and no one can stop you but you. Talk to you soon. Thank you for listening to the Happy Black Woman podcast. I have absolutely loved spending this time with you today. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave me a rating or review on Apple Podcasts. It would mean so much to me if you took a moment to post a takeaway or an aha moment that you had from the show. It will help me reach so many more women who need the inspiration to create the lives and businesses of their dreams. Until next time, remember, you can do anything you want with your life, and no one can stop you but you.